I don't know if I'm live or not. I don't know what's going on with this. Oh, there we go. Okay. Hello, people. I don't know how well you can hear the music, but it is Tom MacDonald. Tom MacDonald. The song is called Names, and the album is called The Revolution. So I hope I'm not going to get any copyright strikes. By rocking Tom MacDonald while I bitch about the city of Fresno and inform and educate, people about what the hell is going on and what our tax dollars are being used for. It is simply outrageous. Now, I got nobody in here yet. There was one person on a waiting, but and I know it wasn't my sister because my sister's working, so she couldn't. I could not get it. I don't know how to make it the scheduled one open up. I guess it wouldn't let me. It just started another live, so I don't know what's going on. Well, and there's a technical issue too. I know that I can go live. What do you call it? Tethering off or hotspotting off of my phone to the tablet. So, but I set up the live thing on my phone. So maybe that was the glitch, or that was my bad. So I'm gonna, I guess, give. Well, here's the one person. The one person that's waiting has figured it out. Hello there. Oh my goodness. Okay. If that one person out there, can you put a 1 in the comments or something? Okay, cool, Robin. I think you might be from Fresno, right? Possibly. I don't know. Okay, but I am going live today because I just want to let you people know what is happening. That I still have not heard anything from Fresno PD. I did post the conversation that I had, ending with the voicemail to the communications commander. After that, I just, when I am told no and I am disrespected by someone that's making 6 figures from the taxpayer, I just don't roll over, and so I called dispatch back, and I said, well, then why don't you contact Officer Ramirez, because I want Officer Ramirez to know that I have no detective has called me, and I want to know where to send this video. And guess what happened? I got a return call, not from Fresno Police Department, not from a Fresno police officer. It could have just said that. No, it says restricted. Restricted. It doesn't say Officer Ramirez. I don't understand. That's deliberate, or it's either laziness, or it's deliberate. Here comes the mail lady. Come on, get in here. She went at him yesterday. No, I'm sorry, but I haven't fixed this hole yet, so I have to be right here. And I saw you, and it didn't even click. It didn't even click because I'm doing a live feed. You're live on YouTube. Wave. My poor Melody. Todd was Ranch. Todd was, was our mailman for many, many years. Anyway. Hey, Manuel, what's up? That's my neighbor out there. I'm going to be speaking about. I'm doing live on YouTube right now. I'm talking about my ordeal with the Fresno Police Department, and I'm going to tell them about the bomb squad. Remember the bomb squad was here? Because I put my mom's ashes on your porch. Because Darren was all drunk, was threatening to flush her down the toilet. And so I just wanted them to be safe. And I put them on your porch, but I didn't leave the note. I meant to leave a note. And but you know, I got out of here without doing that. Did you, when you saw that, did you come over here and knock and ask if I knew anything about it? You just called the bomb squad? Oh, what a trip, people. I was planning to tell that story. Well, I know it's been a long time, but how often does the bomb squad on our street? I'm just sad I missed it. But, you know, I might as well tell you while I tell everyone else. You know that the neighbor over here assaulted me? Yeah, he assaulted me. No, but they assaulted me on Monday. He smacked the phone out of my hand when code enforcement was here. Right. Yeah, because code enforcement is hassling me over the RV. And they're threatening to tow it and scrap it and everything. And I'm saying, you know, I can put it behind the fence. You know, I just need to know where the line is. No one will tell me where the line is, so I went ahead. I did tell her 2 or 3 days before I did it. I told her that, you know, code enforcement was on my ass, and I have to build a gate. And that's, you know, basically all. So I will be messing around on the property line. I told her that. I have to build a gate, like where it used to be. That's not where I want to put it. I want to put it about 4 or 5 feet back, because in the spot that it was in, you couldn't fit 2 cars in the driveway, one behind each other, without it being on the sidewalk. You know, both of the cars that we had at the time would not fit in the driveway without blocking the sidewalk. So I want to put it 4 or 5 feet back, but because I can't get any clarification on the property line.
You know what? Is it marked on the curb on the sidewalk?
Well, that's what you told me, but I can't find it.
It's right there. I found mine right there, and I found the one right here.
Well, where's the one right here? I was.
You gotta dig down and there's a more like a cement mark.
Well, can you show where you think it is? Do you care if you're on YouTube?
You know, like the fence?
Do you care if you're on YouTube?
Like the white, you know that white fence?
Do you care if you're on YouTube?
Do I what?
Do you care if you're on YouTube?
If I'm on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like white.
Okay, well, I won't point it at you then. I won't.
But you know, like where that white fence is?
Yeah.
White fence?
What?
Before I put the other fence, before I put this against the white fence? You know the back?
Yeah, the existing fence.
White fence? Okay, that's original white fence. It's on a cement slab. That was here when I moved here. It belonged to you guys, I guess. I won't say you guys, but
right, so whoever, yeah, the property, property.
Yeah, all I did was add this.
Right. Okay, you just went across.
And but then I added this fence right in front of that white fence, and I came here. If you want to find your property, it should.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's it.
It should be right here.
Well, but those posts are in line with the the long, you know, the long fence.
Those posts.
No, the 2 posts that I put up right there. Those 2 posts
Yeah.
are where I think the property line is.
Right.
Where I think it is. So it
Yeah.
goes like this.
Yeah.
And your sprinklers are like right where your sprinklers are.
Well, I never installed it.
No, I know you didn't. I know.
But-
I'm not saying that
but
that
if
I'm
you-
going to make a big stink that they're on my side.
Yeah,
I'm saying I'm trying to let people know that I didn't make any kind of stink over it.
Because this one don't even line up with this one.
Right? See?
That was maybe a couple inches that way.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's quite like your
It's
property.
not, you know, it's not exact.
Like when you're fencing that, when I fenced that, probably where you need to
Oops.
fence,
Oops. Oh, I'm sorry. I was pointing at you.
probably right here. That's where I found that one at. You dig a hole.
Well, you know what code enforcement is telling me? Code enforcement is telling me to call a surveyor. That I have to get a surveyor for property line.
They should tell you where it's at.
No. I was talking to code enforcement on Monday, and he told me to call a surveyor. And that is the reason that I said, okay, I'm going to go knock on the door, and we'll all 3 talk about it. And code enforcement didn't want, because they don't want to tell me if it's permanent, then there should be some kind of a record of that property line, right?
Well, before they put that fence,
The city approved it or they didn't, right?
they had to get permission to put that.
Well, they didn't, and I'm almost positive that they didn't.
Anytime you put a fence around the front, the city's got to okay it.
Along the
You can't-
front,
You can't put a fence like that.
along the front, or along the.
The whole yard. This way.
Well, that's what I was assuming, that if you're putting a fence where there was never a fence before, right, then you need to get the city involved. Well, she's a school teacher, government employee with a license, and you know, and she should have been well aware that you know, or should have at least checked first, and then another, you know. He used to live there. He doesn't live there anymore, so please nobody harass those people. But Jesse Ogle from Realty Concepts used to live there, and he listed the house next door. And he also worked up a proposal for me for a 2-bedroom because he believed what it says in the county registry. But you know, actually there was a permanent addition in the 70s, so it's a 3-bedroom. So I requested him to, you know, redo his little deal for a 3-bedroom, and he never did. But then he listed that house for her. So he knew there was issues with that property line, and he lived here the whole time. He knew she put that fence up herself.
My house is listed as a 2-bedroom.
And but you have that.
It's a 3-bedroom. Well, no, I have that.
Okay, you watch what you're saying, because you're live right now. I mean, I can. After the fact, I can take it down and edit stuff, but right now, it's going out live. And there are 2 people watching.
No, when I added in the back,
But I don't want code enforcement to get you in.
no, I okayed that from the city.
Okay,
But I had to lay the cement slab,
okay.
and I had to go, went downtown, told them what I'm doing, and they gave me the okay, and I told what I'm adding, and all that's on paper now.
Did you have a difficult time with that process?
You'll have what?
Did you have a hard time with that process?
No, I had no problem at all.
Because I've told you that I've tried to get a carport several times.
You didn't get a carport.
Oh yeah, I have to have, you know, architectural drawings and all that crap. It's ridiculous. Don't you think that they should have a few, you know, generic plans that you can use, that you can buy from them for $20 or whatever, and here you can put this carport up, right? Because the city is telling me that I can't put a carport up because it has to be 3 feet back from the, you know, I can't use the property line, is what they're telling me. And so without using the property line, that is such a narrow space, it's impossible to have a carport. And in the 70s, when they did that addition, it was okay, But what they've told me since is that, the new, today they could not get that accomplished without providing covered parking for this, without putting up a carport. So I don't know if they would they, if I wanted to do that right now, would they let me put a carport on the property line? Because, because of, it's not my fault and it's not their fault. It's, it's that's such a narrow driveway and that it was all approved in the 70s. That's nobody's fault that's alive today, I don't think. So why can't, why wouldn't they make an exception and let me use the property line?
Like that back part over there, my driveway, I put a fence with that, and I ran it all the way down to the back of the fence.
Well, can you do me a little favor right now, because I am live streaming? Just fix my sign real quick. Pull this back up. I brought this out here. I found it just yesterday. And so that's telling me in my yard. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I made it a while ago. I made this when they were taking money out of my bank account. Yeah. What does it say? Help PD fight ID theft. Yeah, so that's when I did that.
Oh, okay.
When I was a fraud victim. When I thought somebody had my card and was using my card, and it's true. It was the guy next door, who, by the way, used to be a firefighter. Used to be a first responder. And I think that's why that went nowhere. Right? Sorry, I need to stand in the shade. And I don't want to point the thing at you, but I'm on a live, so I'm going to point over here. Okay, so where was I?
I don't know.
Oh, I was talking how the fraud case. It turned out it was my neighbor sneaking, because, well, I can't say that live. But anyway, it was my neighbor sneaking into and getting in my purse, taking my thing, and then coming back. And he did it several times. And well, that's a whole other story. But the fact of the matter is that I used to, I tried to support Fresno PD. But then when I found out how they treated me, and how backwards the investigation was proceeding, and and how nobody knew what was going on. When I called to report that, there was this message saying that we are overwhelmed, swamped. This department can't handle all the calls, and explaining things to do first. So I tried to go do those things, and then the bank manager knew nothing about it. 2 bank managers knew nothing about it, so the fraud department has not been in contact with them. Then a mistake was made. We're going off the assumption that the times were Pacific Standard Times, and it's, Greenwich Mean Time or whatever, which makes sense, and I knew that. And when I realized, it's like, oh my God, how did I not mention that at the get-go,
Yeah.
But it took me to bring it to their attention. I had to realize it.
Yeah.
So, and they want all my bank records, but won't let me watch camera video because it was my fucking vehicle. He was doing it in my Gia, taking my bank card, getting in my car, driving to the ATM, taking out $800 out of pop from my bank account. He did it $3,000 worth. And, anyway, because I gave him my password one time, for the gas, because he had the Gia and it was almost empty, and I gave him my card so he could put gas in it. And I told him, and I'm changing that password immediately afterward. Well, I didn't. But I looked him in the eye and told him that I was, So, I don't know. I guess maybe, I don't know. Anyway, the bank shows me pictures of someone with their, head wrapped in a towel and everything, so you can't see the face. Right away, that seems like that would, someone blocking their identity to that extent from their own ATM thing, it seems like Bank of America would, and Bank of America, I got no reimbursement from Bank of America people because I admitted to them that I gave him my password one time. So that's like, if I borrowed your lawnmower one time, it's okay that I can go and get your lawnmower anytime I want. I don't think so either, right? But then why is that okay with an ATM card? Wouldn't it be a worse? Yeah. Definitely worse. But not to Bank of America, guys. Not to Bank of America. So anyway, still only 2 people watching. All right, I'll wrap it up. I was going to, tell some of that. Anyway, I had no plan to do that anyway, so it's kind of good that he came out. What I would like to do now is we are calling 621-8000, and I'm going to see if I can get transferred to Jerry Dyer or Jerry Dyer's voicemail, or if they will give this number to the public. If the public.
Thank you for calling City Council, Mayor's Department. How can I help you?
Yes, I would like to be transferred to the mayor, please.
One moment, please.
Oh, wow.
1 minute for City of Fresno.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's going to give me his girl or his somebody.
Just go to
one of his people.
Please leave your name and a brief message, and someone will return your call as soon as possible. Thank you, and have a great day.
Wow, that's pretty shocking. I asked to be transferred to the mayor, and I got transferred to the mayor's voicemail. Probably because she knew that nobody's in the office, right? That you were not going to pick up that phone. Because anybody important probably calls you on your cell phone, right? Well, my name is Lynn Owens, and on Monday, I was assaulted by my next door neighbor and in front of a code enforcement officer. I got assaulted in front of a code enforcement officer. And that code enforcement officer, Michael Carbajal, he refused to call the police for me, and he also refused to wait around and be a witness when the police arrived. He didn't want to be involved, but he's the reason that I went to knock on the door, because the issue involves the property line. No, but Michael Carbajal would rather tow my vehicle away than to look and see if the fence had a permit. And, I don't understand that at all. I'm a local advocate, Miss 5250, crazy for justice. And local advocates seem to be having big problems. Advocate TV, they're trying to get him in competent to stand trial, which is what they did to me, Jerry. Because Jordan Wamhoff took my phone. And, when I had a fit about that, I guess, I have to be crazy. I had no criminal record, so I have to be I have to be discredited somehow. Advocate TV is perfectly competent to stand trial. Anybody that watches anything he does can see that. And Des Martinez has also been, fuck you, Frank, code enforcement officer. So, you know, is this a legitimate complaint of code enforcement, or is this just you guys trying to fuck with me? Because I'm pushing back all the way. Forever, I will never, ever, ever back down from this. Your police officer stole my phone on camera and on his own body camera, they have my phone. Yet all the way to IA, my claims are unfounded. I have the video now. You people are mentally incompetent if you can't see that. And I just spoke with Des Martinez, who is a advocate in Fresno for 7 years. She is beating that pavement every day. We're gonna talk until it stops, Jerry Dyer, because I'm live. I'm live right now. There's only one person watching, but you know it'll be up there. It will be up there for everyone to see. And you have the video, the 6-minute video that shows the code enforcement officer and the truck. It, you know, shows me saying, you know, can you please come out and talk to code enforcement? I don't know if you've watched it, but he had a pipe in his hand. He came at me aggressively. I'm moving toward the gate, and he is on my heels. The gate opens inward, so, you know, I can't open the gate unless I step back and allow it to open. And that's the point where he slapped the phone out of my hand. I continued through the gate. And code enforcement stood there the entire time. The phone was there in the grass, laying on the ground. The phone is cracked. But I don't understand, because your police officers, Jerry Dyer, came and said that I was trespassing before they even talked to the guy. They watched the video. They wanted me to fast forward that short video, 5-minute video. They didn't want to hear the problem. They just wanted to see the actual crime. They didn't want to take in the totality of the situation, which that is how their discretion, right, determines what they should do next. The totality, that's right, totality of the situation. See, I have mild cognitive impairment, Mr. Dyer. I have it's a disability that was created by chemotherapy, created by a treatment, a medical treatment. But you guys want to weaponize it and turn it into something that can get you fucking locked up in a mental institution. Which I challenge you, Jerry Dyer, to watch the video from your cops when they put me on that 5150. I was calmly sitting. That's what it should show from Khomeini's body cam video, that she had to flick her hair away from it. I remember very well. I was sitting on the couch in the neighborhood thrift by the back doors in full view of their video cameras. That was the whole point of me going there, of me driving to a thrift store and asking for help. That is true. and I'm going off the top of my head, I believe that is what she wrote down on that official document. But because I didn't drive my truck into the thrift store, see? So, I don't know. Is that how she should have written it? Is that how you teach your officers to document a situation? If she would have wrote that I drove to a thrift store and asked for help, well, then that would insinuate a vehicle. And I have a driver's license, and I still have a driver's license, and I'm competent enough to do that. Because that would then bring up a point of, well, what happens to their vehicle when you haul them away on a 3-day hold? Their vehicle that is legally parked until you guys snatch them up out of the situation. And know that it's 72 hours are gonna pass, and then somebody's gonna be able to tow that, right? Or better yet, your officer was well aware that I was parked in a private parking lot. Your officer and the 6 or 7 officers standing around also are aware, I hope, that on private property there is a 1 hour, private property open to the public, there is a 1 hour limit. What did your officers think was going to happen to my truck? They didn't tow it away. The neighborhood thrift didn't tow it away. But at 10 o'clock at night, well, no, it had to be earlier than that, which we were given until 10 p.m. by Addie Carr, the manager at the neighborhood thrift, was allowing my truck to sit there till 10 p.m., even though she knew that the guy that I was forced to give my keys to didn't know how to drive a stick. But he would have been able to push it with a friend. They would have been able to push that little truck, because I could push it my own damn self, onto the street, onto legal parking. But before that could happen, an officer from the Fresno Police Department, who I suspect to be Jordan Wamhoff and or Mark Wilson, called dispatch or Ducky directly. But Ducky claims that he doesn't know who called him, and he couldn't find out for me. He tried, but I guess the Fresno Police Department wouldn't cooperate with him. That video is online as well. And a video, the first videos that I posted when I'm trying to get my truck back, when I went to your city contractor and told them that I have $350. You can hold on to the title. I can pay this, but give me my truck. And they wouldn't do it. She didn't have to. By law, she doesn't have to take one dime of my money, or one dime short of what I owe her, or $1 short of what I owe her. Monty Evans of Ray's Auto Towing didn't take my money because her lawyer, because that means that she could sue me. She can't keep my truck, and she can't sue me if she took that $350 that day. Well, the 2 cops arrived. They didn't talk to me first. They talked to her first. So I just figured that she also called them, that she called them too. But later, come to find, no. Dispatch, at the minute they knew where I was, outside in front of Ray's Auto Towing, on the sidewalk, on the curb. There was no disturbance currently happening the little disturbance or the little disagreement is over, and I am now on the sidewalk waiting for the police. Well, when I told them that, they, somebody got on the horn with Monty to make sure Monty was okay, and I wasn't lying to them. Monty did not originate that call. So when the two cops arrived and immediately went to her, that was against policy. They were supposed to come to me first. The RP, the reporting party first. But they didn't do that. They heard her side of the story first. See, if they would have followed their policy, Mr. Dyer, and I think all of the people that see that will agree with me, that if they would have come to me first, as the policy dictates, I would have handed them that paper with my hand, and I could not read the entire document. I'm sure then your officers would have requested that Miss Evans provide me with a clear copy. But because they didn't follow their policy, and they were already biased against me, they refused to do that. And when I said that I was go back in there, they were going to let me do that. They were not, this is a very volatile situation. Read the laws in place around the tow laws. They acknowledge the volatile, emotional situation that it is. And those laws are trying to prevent those encounters. And I think that you understand that. I would hope you understand that. You're running the fucking city. And how dare you? How dare you put your hat in the ring and put your house up for sale? When exactly did your house go up for sale, Jerry Dyer? Because May 29th is when you told the public about it. When you told Joe Citizen about it. Now all the lawyers and I'm sure plenty of people knew at City Hall and in the business community, Rotary Club, the Chamber of Commerce, all of those kind of people. The Masons, we got those, Freemason thing in here. The Democrats, the Republicans. I'm sure all the top Fresno elite were aware. Because half of them were pushing you to do it, right? To go ahead and announce that you're going to be mayor. Because, Andrew Jans had just announced. What's the big freaking rush? Is my question. Why, Jerry, couldn't you just have waited until you retired? Wait until October. You don't think that you could have won still? If you didn't start in May? You don't think that you have had enough name recognition and you and Derek Carr couldn't have been able to pull off that primary win? Or were you afraid you would have to run in the real election? Because I don't consider anybody that is elected in a primary an election that is not in the Constitution. The Constitution says nothing about March, or it says the general election. There's only one election. And I just got notified that I'm going to run out of battery, or I'm going to die here pretty quick. But I'm going to keep talking, buddy, until your phone hangs up, Jerry. I'm going to keep talking until, there is no more tape on your machine. And we have determined today that if you call 621-8000 and ask for the mayor's office, they immediately shoot you to that voicemail. But if it's after hours, Jerry, do you know what happens after hours, right? Well, if there's nobody sitting at that desk in the lobby.
You have exceeded the recording limit.
There you go. Exceeded the recording limit. So you'll have to watch the video to see this part.
To review this message, press
okay.
To send your message,
Let's do it.
press 7-9. For help, press the star key.
79.
Message sent.
Message sent. All right, people. Everything you just heard, Jerry Dyer
Transfer to the operator.
is...
Press 0. To disconnect.
We'll transfer to the operator. And that's actually perfect timing because of the 311 thing. What happened? Well, it hung up. Well, we'll see if we can get it back. But, oops. All right, let me try it again.
Welcome to Verizon.
I suck. 621-8000. Yeah, we're gonna let her know that there's more. There's more to the live stream.
Thank you for calling the City of Fresno 311.
I didn't dial 311. I didn't dial 311, people. I think somebody.
And dial 911.
Is there more? How many people are watching this live stream? Only one. That's Robin, right? Are you still in here, Robin? It's not anybody at Fresno PD or the mayor's office. Robin, is that you? No, I think Robin maybe had to bail. Maybe Robin had to bail. 621-8000. Because, see that? I didn't dial 6, and it's not lunchtime, and I dialed 621-8000. So if the receptionist is on the phone, whoever dials 621-8000 goes off to 311? What kind of shit is that? We're going to keep dialing 621-8000 until they pick up.
I'm sorry. Extension 8.
Oh my God, okay.
000 does not answer.
Well, maybe we better tell the city attorney's office about this. What do you guys think? Andrew Jans, he's the city attorney. And he ran against Mayor Dyer for mayor. He ran against him. And now he's our city attorney, and that's
I'm
a fishy.
sorry. Extension 8.
Oops,
0.
I'm so nervous, people. I'm getting... I don't know what I'm doing. 621-7500. That's the city attorney. Oh, wait a minute. Hello? Gee, so I don't know. But I was talking... actually, I'm pretty happy about it. Because maybe the guy that used to own my RV... Well, no, they still have his ass. Jerry Dyer still knows where he lives. And Ventura PD still knows where he lives, so... I, again, apologize to that guy. But I tried to phone, and maybe the live disconnected when I was on the phone, leaving my message for Jerry Dyer. But I didn't notice that it said reconnecting. Well, let's see. It says, okay, it says 44 minutes. Is that right? And it's 2:12. Okay, so that means that it does, the live stream does pause. When you get a phone call or make a phone call, the live stream will pause and pick right back up again. Because it's 2:12 right now. I know I didn't start right at 1 o'clock. But I started at, you're on live, Bud.
Hi.
Bud is the one, hey Bud, the first day that those cops came and said there was an argument all night, did we both tell the cops that they woke us up? That we were both asleep? Well, that's not in the report. That's not in the damn report. But they wouldn't leave until I woke him up, because it was a welfare check, and she put that my husband. This is my roommate. His place up the street flooded, and the old lady had already died that lived there, and people, they made him leave, and they're doing their renovations, whatever. So he's my roommate now. And I got pissed off and kicked him out, and then he became homeless, and now he's back. But where you headed?
Pharmacy.
All right. Well, I have been live streaming for 45 minutes. Oh, you were watching? That was you? Oh man! And now there's nobody. That's pretty funny.
I could hear you, but I didn't see you at first. So I looked out the window.
Huh. Well, I talked to the guy from the that sold me the RV.
Yeah, I heard so.
And yeah, we had a conversation. So this wasn't even. I don't even think I got to everything I wanted to talk about on this live. I was definitely gonna tell him the bomb squad story.
I heard part of that.
Because that was fairly fresh. That happened in February. That happened in February of 2021. And I got arrested in June. And they already knew, I was an advocate because of the thing that happened with the fraud case. And I went on channel 47, CBS 47 on your side. So, they already didn't like me.
I'll be back.
And so, yeah, then the bomb squad incident, and then, the arrest, they're already biased. They're biased against me. And anybody that, like, if I'm sell this house, and I called Realty Concepts. Jesse Ogle hung up on me today. Then he called me back twice while I was talking to Des Martinez, and I wanted it to go to voicemail because he hung up on me earlier. Who did want to talk to me. He answered a couple of questions, but what Jesse Ogle said, he didn't, confirm or deny if there was a permit for that fence. I didn't get to ask him, what he recommended. Did he recommend her, complete the fence? He said no buyers, not one single buyer asked anything about that weirdness right there. Or I wonder if anyone asked him about, do we need a permit if we want to, fix this stupid thing that she did, or if we want the front yard and the backyard, to connect, and we want to put up this fence, Mr. Real Estate Agent, what do we have to do? That, I don't know, but Fresno, a 4-foot fence, I mean, most of where I have checked, the permit starts at the 4-foot line. If you want to put something up 4 foot or higher, you need a permit. 3 foot or lower, no. That fence, and you measure the fence from the highest point, which there's those, points sticking up the top, over the top of the regular white pickets. So, I believe that the white pickets are 3 feet. I'm not positive, but maybe not. Like, because of this thing, This thing right here is not these pickets or whatever, the fence posts, or I can just, cut them off or take them out completely. They're not even in concrete. They're not in concrete. So, code enforcement, go for it. Go ahead. Go ahead. This thing right here that, I'm not really happy with, Not in concrete either. So go ahead. Go ahead and give me some shit for this. Come at me. Come at me. For, for me trying to, improve my property value and, do something with the weirdness that I have. Do you see that? You're looking through a door that I replaced, at least a window, but to the door with a flag on it, and that's my front door. So when I moved in here, that was just one big step out here onto this. And instead I put up a little tiny deck that, just went from that corner dot and then to this corner. So it was like 6 by 10 or something. But it eventually rotted out because I didn't have gutter, I guess. I've been here 20 years. But yeah, I liked that little deck area much better because it opened up to like an enclosed space. You couldn't walk off of it. It was, a little dead end. You come out here and smoke and stuff. But when it rotted and they took it out, because I wanted it to be a little bigger. I wanted a little bigger patio, right? Because there's already a little brick line there that goes around the flower bed. So I was going to, extend the deck out to there and whatever. Anyway, the wood is cooler than the concrete. The concrete holds the heat. So I'll probably do another little just deck thing out here if code enforcement wants to jump all over. But that is a pattern of practice. I mean, it goes not just advocates, anybody that stands up for themselves against the government faces retaliation. That's the country we live in. And the world is waking up to it. The world is standing up to America. And, believe it or not, people, 9/11, no matter what you think about 9/11, they were ready to do this China oil yen dollar thing back then. They were ready to do that right before 9/11. The people that